Anastacia, welcome to SoFresh. Now, tell us about your new album. How does it differ from your others?
I think that musically it probably differs because I went a little rockier on my edge of the music that I was actually producing and putting on the album. It doesn't segue differently with what I have to say because as an artist and as a writer, I've always been really deliberate with getting my messages out there and saying the right things that I want to say on the album. But musically, I definitely have an edgier sound.
What are your main messages that you like to put across?
Um, Goodness. I think that if I was to analyze my messages, I think that I'm a more positive artist. I definitely see the positivity in even something rough and something negative. I try to see the golden lining within a harder situation. If you break up with your boyfriend, you know, the I'm Out of Love song is great, but it does also say in the song, I'll be stronger. You know, you'll get through it, is pretty much what that song says. Paid my dues is like, yeah, I've had all these hard times and I've paid my dues and, you know, I'm going to get through it. So technically, as a writer, I feel that that's sort of the messages that I try to give to my audience, which is we're not promised the easiest way of life, but we can choose how we go through it, and we can choose the way we go through it. And that is your own personal choice. I can just give you ideas of a song to pull you through it, you know, but it's all your hard work that can get you through it.
And what was the highlight of making this album?
Oh, goodness. You know what? I think just accomplishing the album in general was a highlight for me. It's not that there was one moment more impacting than another. I was really grateful that in this album I actually had a featured artist on it on one of the songs called I Do. Sonny from POD featured his wonderful, screamy, loud, rocky voice on the song that really made a difference in the delivery of what that song was saying. And so I think it was really much more of an honor than a highlight for me. I think that just finishing the album was something I was very, very grateful for.
And it's a self-titled album. Was there a reason behind that?
You know, I think there wasn't necessarily 100% reason. I didn't really know you were supposed to put out your self-titled album, the first album. I guess that's everyone's whole thing. And if you don't put it out, then you just don't put it out ever. And I said, well, you know, whatever. You know, I've worn glasses and people don't wear glasses, and I have a scar on my stomach, and I have blonde hair and sing like a black girl. So it doesn't seem like I'm ever going to follow the mold of what's going on anyway. So I start now. So the album is entitled Anastacia, and I feel that it was the perfect timing for that in where I felt I was as an artist. I felt like this was the first 100% of this album that I took underneath my belt. I executive produced it. I was 100% into the sounds. I felt more confident to be 100% into the sounds. I felt like from my last two albums, I was able to learn a lot from the producers I worked with to get a little bit more information on how to direct sounds and understand how to get them and search them out and discuss them with the producers to make them actually happen. I'm not a musician, so for me it's really about verbalizing and making sure that I understand how to do that and how to encourage the producer to understand what I'm talking about.
Is it true that as a child your grandmother called you stage because of your star quality?
Well, I would. Who knows if it was my star quality or it was my hammy quality? I really don't know what it was about me. It's just, I think that it was a shortened version of Anastacia, and she has that long A vibe. You know, God bless her in the sky. She definitely was a personality to remember, and so she just always wanted to be different herself. So she wanted to have a different name for me than anyone else called me.
How old were you when your star started to shine as such?
I don't know. I mean, you always hope that it was early in your life, and my mom says it was early in my life, but I don't know that I felt that I was any star thing. You know, I mean, I guess I'm considered a star now because I'm selling records and I'm traveling around the world, but I don't really consider myself a star or famous kind of. It's just those things aren't what I feel I am. It's what I'm labeled as, I guess. But I don't feel, you know, it's not like famous today. You know, I'm a star today. You know, it's like I don't really know that I feel really connected to those kind of energies in music.
What sort of a kid were you?
I was a very, very outgoing, fun-loving child who definitely saw all the good in everything. If I didn't do or get what I wanted to get, it wasn't like I threw the tantrum on the floor. I was like, okay. And then all of a sudden I'd switch a whole idea. I was like, so now that I can't have the doll with the arms that go like this, then maybe I'll just make my doll go like this, and it'll sort of look like her. I just would make something happen great if I couldn't get it. So, it was never an impossible feat to feel happy for me. Just sort of the kind of kid I was. I was constantly on sugar, by the way. I was like 100% addicted to the candy sensation, and my mom would pin like little things to my shirt as I was a kid saying, please don't feed this child sugar. And I'd be like, can I have some of the candy bar? Because I was like, oh, I was total addicted to sugar.
Wow.
I so didn't need it. Obviously, I'm such an energetic person. Can you imagine me? They're like, put her on Ritalin. She's crazy.
Well, you're obviously energetic. You're also strong. Where do you get your strength from?
I don't know that either. I think that it just comes from within, the kind of people that we are developed as children. We become adults and we lose that quality, or we allow ourselves to sort of be the inner child in ourselves and have a very first quality the way that we experience life. I respect each moment I get to meet people and spend time with people, and I honor the moment, and I don't act like I'm passing and tossing it away, saying, you're just lucky to meet me. I'm actually grateful to be here and, being able to talk to everybody and keep it one-on-one fresh. And so I think that it's really, for me, that strength, that power, that zest for life has been something that I just never wanted to let go of, because when I did try to let go of it, life wasn't that much fun anymore. So to get through it and just sort of power through it, which is what the strength is that you may see, is me having a good time.
You always look like you're having fun. Appearances, interviews, everything. Are you really having that much fun?
Oh, yeah. I would say that 80% of the time I'm having fun. And the 20% that I'm a little tired, I'll find the fun in it. Because if I wasn't having fun, it would not be a good life to lead. And it wouldn't be a fun career to do, because it's very, very taxing and very, debilitating to your spirit if you didn't enjoy doing this, traveling as much as I do and as many interviews as I have to have. I don't think that would make sense if you complained about it all the time. Go with it. Do what you got to do, and do it with the love that you have in your spirit for what you want to do for your living.
We always hear about, the bad side of being rich and famous. What's the best thing about being so successful?
The best thing for me has been that I can take care of my family, and they never have to worry about ever being, sick or anything ever tragic happening to them financially. I just know that I can take care of my mom, and she doesn't have to work a day in her life, and she can not worry about having not had a pension for herself. And my brother, who's autistic, I know that he will always be taken care of, no matter what tries to drag him down with the fact that his disability doesn't get him Einstein jobs. But he's a brilliantly wonderful young man, and he will always feel like that as long as I am there to, make him feel like he is capable of doing anything. And so for me, the best part about having this career is that if I was flipping burgers, I would have felt so guilty that I couldn't help my family, be able to have a little easier, but because I do have a career, I know that they're going to be taken care of forever. Wow. And that is that's worth it. It's worth, the invasion. It's worth, the open book fish bowl mentality that I have to live through every day. People eating me, watching me chew, and I'm like, oh my God, they're watching me chew. It's kind of like, you just never think about that when you're, not in the public eye like yourself, where you go out there and you do a little something that seems normal, and people are like, they get you sneezing, they get you yawning in a picture, and I'm like, hello.
She just picked a nose.
Oh my God, So it's quite, I think it's more humorous, and I think that the star vibe and the famousness of whatever this career is, it's you have to find your own happy place within it and see what is valuable for being in this position. And what is valuable is a healthy mind, a healthy spirit, healthy family, and doing the best you can to try to maintain that.